unless parents wanted their kid's voice changed. So they could say, okay, you can use, my kid had an interesting discussion with you or one of the hosts of your show. These parents are obviously all over the fucking world. Well, I'm not going down that one. I don't remember what I was talking about. There's this whole other thing involving these birds. Now, they're looking down and they're recording this kid shape. They're saying if my kid has a great conversation with you, and I don't want his voice to be heard by other people, I don't want his physical image to be seen by other people, and if you use this to entertain your fans who are investing tons of money in your company just to keep all this, the real version of this shit happening, shows are just the initial place where you go out and you share ideas with people and you get responses from them. Now, if you go and you get responses from a 5-year-old, and you're building a company that's going to peak in 13 years, that might not be a bad idea to talk to that 5-year-old. And if you go out to parents and say, listen, I'm building a business for your kids. First of all, we're going to make shit right now, not for profit, but to grow hope. Well, we can talk about that later. But we are going out to make phenomenal products. Oh, God, I'm way off. I'm saying the idea is that you talk. It's been you sell to parents through their kids, right? It's not a new idea. It's a tremendously old idea that's probably made billions and billions of dollars for people. I'm not asking the kids to get their parents to buy something from me. I'm asking the kids to point at an idea of ours and tell their parents, listen, I want that. And the parents can say, what the fuck is that? You can't buy it. It's just an idea. And they're going to say, well, if you buy a deck of cards, if you buy a deck of business stock cards from this completely fucking legitimate but ridiculous business, well, then I'll become a citizen of that business and I'll have an investment in that company, and then I can invest further my intelligence in the development of that venture, which is going to make this idea that I really want, which doesn't exist yet. But I'm going to be one of the first generation of children who has ideas presented to them before they exist. So when an idea actually does come out, straight up for sale, the odds maybe are pretty good as a kid who's certainly a fan of a show like this that gives away ideas, that kid's seen it before. And he may even went to his father and said, come on, Dad, please, $10, just $10 for this one idea. It looks like it'll take about 1,000 days to be finished with, the first mass manufacturing run of this thing. There are already 79,000 people who watch this show who've put in $10, $790,000 in initial venture capital, and if I get in under that first $1 million of venture capital that's invested by these people, then I get an extra one. I get an extra one of these products that I could give to one of my friends, or even sell it used, on the open market. It's investment. It's capitalism. But it's saying to people, first of all, we're building a democracy here. We're building something where people actually vote, and not a republic, a democracy. Where the people actually do have the power. They're probably a unique kind of people, because a lot of people aren't going to be fucking interested in anything that I have to say for a long time. But the bird, you're using the bird to talk to kids about other things, philosophy, comedy, sports, whatever it is. You try to. I would be probably. I'm thinking the voice of the parrot. So I'd be in a trailer somewhere nearby, listening to the kid's voice come to me in a thousandth of a millisecond, and then I would talk back, and my voice, like I said, would actuate the beak of the parrot, and the parrot would talk to this kid while recording the shit out of him, and we assume so that he can be turned into a cartoon of a show where kids are always looking up. The whole show is kids looking up and talking to a voice. That voice happens to be a parrot, and that parrot will be famous in its own way, and we'll sell them. We'll sell these parrots as minor versions as webcams. The thing will sit there, and it'll be able to, great. You know what? Did we put the camera here, and the other stuff in the body, and say it's wireless? Maybe it's feet. I don't know. Maybe you have to. A lot of times you probably have to plug it in, unless it was unless it was in its cage, filming through stupid wires, and then maybe the perch could be electrified, and you could get electricity from his feet. There would probably be contacts of some kind on my shirt, underneath the fabric, so when this little robot camera bird grabbed on, it would make solid contact with my copper mesh undershirt. That would be pretty gay. So the bird looks at the kids. He makes the cartoon. We're primarily looking for kids who talk to me, or they talk to the bird, and they hear these ideas, and they fucking love it. And right there, the camera records them actually asking their dad, like, Dad, please, invest. You've heard of this company, invest some money in it, but give me $50 and I'll be able to buy 10 stock cards. Like, I'll be able to buy into this company and influence it, and determine these things that I want. I'll be one of the people who helps to shape them as to, what becomes in the final product. Now, of course, you have the people in this company are trying to make great things because that's what they're part of the company for. They're not trying to make profit. They're trying to build a company that can make the things that they want. They're going to, like I said, they're probably going to invest a tremendous amount of their time and get addicted and think, oh, we can get addicted to so many different like virtual situations, but this one is real. Like, this one is mine. This one treats me fairly. This one is a collective venture which can raise millions and millions of dollars in a matter of minutes simply by sharing an idea, a very interesting idea it would have to be, with the world and saying, listen, in the next, you can always jump in and sort of invest in the sub company that's going to make this idea that you desire. Actually, I'm not going to bring up any ideas you want to pretend that I have no inventions. That's great. I'm just fried and I'm on a different line. I don't want to get away from this too much. So I'm building a company which is going to publish ideas, right? And the people who see these ideas, most likely for free, if they really like them, we assume they're going to invest some money. It's not going to be a lot of money in the beginning. Now, another thing, some of that money is going to go to have to set up, some semblance of very basic, like Wikipedia, like infrastructure for that company, some form of, physical, like virtual internet center. Or probably all the money would actually go to the company itself in the beginning. Like you'd be buying a series of infomercials. Like you wouldn't be buying the product in the infomercial. You'd be buying the infomercial itself because they'd put on 4 minutes on television. 4 minutes of this, 4 minutes of that, 4 minutes of this, 4 minutes of this. But if the infomercials really don't hit home and don't become ridiculously funny until 7 minutes, but you've only seen 4 minutes on TV, and you say, listen, it's like a drug. Like, we show you the beginning. We set you the fuck up like so many other television episodes do, but then we cut you the fuck off. If you want the rest of the episode about this idea, which we have summarized to you, then you're going to invest this second. You're going to go to your InvestPal account, and you're going to press $1, a quarter, 5 cents, 10 cents. Whatever it is, it's going to be money that's already been invested in the company that you're a citizen of. And then you're going to allocate it. You're going to sort of spread it around the roulette table. And you will be investing in more and more in the ideas that you believe in. And the business itself will not even manufacture its first idea until it had actually reached a consensus. Which idea do we have the most support for manufacturing first? Which idea will do the most to grow this company and allow it to manufacture the other ideas and many, many ideas that we've never seen? Saying, we may be one of the only companies in the world that's capable of mass manufacturing what we consider to be great ideas, because we make them because people want them and are willing to pay for them, not to make them to sell them to somebody else, but at times millions and millions of people who want this particular new piece of crazy, healthy, lunatic furniture, and then they'd only have two choices. If we bring this idea out and publish it and prevent anybody from patenting it, they can either invest immediately in a company that's going to manufacture, this piece of furniture. It's certainly a piece of convertible furniture. I think that most of our furniture is actually convertible. Oh, my stomach is just making noises. You'll never hear those, but I mean, we're giving away our ideas, so when I don't know, big furniture, say IKEA, we're going to publish our ideas immediately. We're going to say to people, listen, you can join right now in a company and be one over the number of investors, a citizen, have a vote, run for election to the presidency of this particular subventure, which is making this piece of convertible furniture, and it'll all be in a show. Every drop of it will be online, not as high definition video, but as cartoons, which contain 1/500th the data of high definition video. It's all automatic, and I'm sure the technology is actually almost available now. And it'll probably be done just from voices. Voices will be used to create mouths, which then are attached to to characters, or maybe when people are talking, when they're actually creating the the dialogue. And I think this is more likely when they're creating the dialogue.